Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, we're tracking a wildfire burning just outside of Moscow, forcing families from their homes. We'll have the latest coming up.
Plus, we have team coverage on the gusty winds helping the fire spread. We'll show you when conditions will improve in your first alert forecast.
And funding for Spokane's housing vouchers has run out. What is being done to make sure families don't end up living on the streets? You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with breaking news out of Latah County. Right now, crews in the area battling the Wallen fire that's burning north of Highway 8 just outside of Moscow. Level 3 evacuation orders, meaning get out now, are in effect. Now, here's a look at the most up-to-date evacuation map. Anyone in the area shaded in red needs to get out now. That includes anyone along Robinson Road on the north side down to Highway 8 to the south, and from Pinecrest Road on the west side to Larson Road and Brood Road on the east side. All right, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Our team warned you about increased fire risk with dry and gusty conditions in parts of the inland northwest, and that's why today is a weather alert day. We have team coverage tonight. Meteorologist Matt Gray is tracking our air quality. But we begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker tracking gusty winds that are not helping fire crews near Moscow.
No, in fact, gusty winds, dusty conditions, and that increased fire risk. That is why we declared today a weather alert day. Winds across the region right now. These are wind gusts. Many locations, things have quieted down, but we're still seeing winds in excess of 30 miles per hour in Spokane. The strongest winds down on the Palouse, 38-mile-per-hour gusts right now in Pullman. One thing that really helped in terms of our fire danger and blowing dust concerns, the rain that moved through earlier this afternoon. Now that is well off to the east, but we got over 1/10 of an inch in Spokane, the most we have seen in quite some time. Now, our blowing dust advisory was canceled because of the rain, and the blowing dust has subsided over much of the region, but we do still have this wind advisory in effect until 7 o'clock for the Palouse and the LC Valley, where the problems continue. And that is where meteorologist Matt Gray picks up our team coverage now with how things are looking down to the south. Matt?
All right, Chris, and things have continued to stay windy enough. We've had the biggest blowing dust problems, and now we have the possibility of some smoke mixing in here with that wildfire. You can see the evacuation area border on your screen. There's Moscow on the side there. Here's Troy. Now, generally, winds are going to be out of the west and the northwest as we head through the rest of the night, so that generally will be blowing any smoke from this wildfire towards the Troy area along Highway 8. However, at this point, and in fact, what we're seeing right now is you can see very low on the horizon there. This is our live camera for the top of Lewiston Hill. So looking to the north, winds are so strong that they're likely just keeping that smoke right on the ground level there. So just keep an eye out for some further air quality disruptions in places like Troy, as you can see the smoke right on the edge of the horizon there on your screen from just a few minutes ago. Now, air quality still at moderate in Moscow, moderate in Troy as well, and everything's kind of all mixed up together right now because of all the dust that was blowing across the Palouse and down in the LC Valley as well through the afternoon. We had some very low visibilities, even some car accidents on Highway 95 because of some of this dust. Things have improved quite a bit. In Julietta, we had unhealthy air quality at one point earlier today because of the dust conditions. We'll have to monitor air quality there throughout the night as well, being it's somewhat downwind of this new fire. Meanwhile, the one place where things have not improved quite yet is in Lapwai. What do you expect when it comes to dust for things to get a little bit calmer as we go throughout the night? As far as local air quality around that fire, people, as I mentioned before, in Troy need to keep an eye on smoke as we head through the rest of the evening.
All right, Matt, thank you. We'll be keeping a close eye on the Wallen fire, and we'll bring you the latest details as we learn more. And be sure to download the 4 News Now weather app and turn on push notifications to get important updates sent straight to your phone.
Well, according to the FBI, violent crime is down across the U.S., but property crime is on the rise, especially car theft. New data shows that Washington ranks second for the most vehicles stolen per capita, right behind Colorado. According to a study by MarketWatch Guides, the rate of vehicle thefts in the Evergreen State is 639 cars per 100,000 people. The study saying that this is the highest rate of auto theft in Washington in a decade. So what can you do to lower the chances of your car being broken into? Experts suggest park your car in a secure location. That includes well-lit areas and parking garages. Keep valuable items out of sight. And that includes your purse, backpacks, or shopping bags. And experts suggest you should keep those in the trunk. A Washington senator has introduced a bill that hopes to put a stop to the smuggling of illicit drugs.
Our Alexandra Cohen-Yart spoke with law enforcement agencies who are supporting the bill and shares why they think it would help the fentanyl crisis here in Spokane.
This bill has gotten support from agencies here in Spokane, like the Sheriff's Office. It tells me that the tools this bill would provide are essential in fighting the fentanyl crisis.
Fentanyl is affecting this community where it doesn't matter what socioeconomic class you're coming from. It doesn't matter what race, gender, religion you are. It's just dangerous, and it's killing people at an alarming rate.
This bill, introduced by Senator Maria Cantwell and her colleagues, addresses the growing threat fentanyl poses on our communities by cracking down on drug trafficking.
But what I hope happens is it slows down the amount of illicit drugs that are coming into Spokane County. Over 90% of the illegal drugs that we seize here in Spokane come from the U.S.-Mexico border.
The Spokane Police Department also spoke in favor of this legislation, with Police Chief Kevin Hall saying this act will protect individuals and communities from the devastating impacts of substance abuse. It would provide new non-intrusive technologies, more resources to law enforcement agencies, and advanced detection equipment. Although in recent years, Customs and Border Protection has made record fentanyl seizures, officials say the sheer volume of illegal drugs coming through remains a major concern.
This legislation and the money that is going to be attached to it, well worth the investment, and I think we will see really positive impacts as soon as they can start getting that technology implemented.
Cantwell's office released a statement saying our state is a strong candidate for the resources this legislation would provide. You can read the full statement on our website at KXLY.com. The next step is for this bill to go through the Senate. In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yart, 4 News Now.
Well, tomorrow marks exactly 1 month from Election Day. Washington voters can expect to receive their ballots in the mail by October 18th. Secretary of State Steve Hobbs wants to remind you to fill those out sooner rather than later. Secretary Hobbs stopped by our studios this morning to talk about election security. He recommends that curious voters go down to the county auditor's office to observe the democratic process in action.
We take elections for granted. We think it's boring, but really it's not boring. And what it is you need to know that there's a lot of security and transparent accessibility to it.
And to ensure that your vote is counted, Secretary Hobbs recommends casting your ballot in a drop box like the one on your screen. He says local elections are often decided by a marginal number of votes, so your voice does matter. All ballots must be postmarked before 8 p.m. on November 5th. All right, still ahead, shocking video of a stolen car speeding through a crowded playground. Who was behind the wheel and why this isn't their first brush with the law.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your greed! If itty-bitty value meals from other places could talk, they'd talk like this.
If Arby's $7 double meats meal could talk, it'd talk like me. Arby's, we have the meats.
What's all this?
You said it was a recovery day. I got my yoga mat, foam roller, electrolytes, and protein bars. The whole setup.
Refrigerant recovery, Ben. We're recovering the refrigerant to fix the heat pump.
Oh, right. I knew that. Want a protein bar?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
Electrolyte?
Ben, take the robe off.
BECU isn't like other financial institutions, and the difference is people. Because we're not for profit, there's no boardroom of billionaires maximizing their margins. Our biggest stakeholders are people like you. It's our members who make money meaningful, so we focus on helping them thrive. It's the art student bringing beauty to his community that makes a college loan matter. It's the mother building her family's foundation that makes a mortgage matter. It's people that make BECU matter. People like you.
One thing that I think is cool about Move Fitness is that everyone that walks through our doors comes for a different reason.
For some people, it's the best part of their day. It's kind of hard to explain. You almost have to experience it.
From the moment you walk in,
From the energetic music, the smiles, and the high fives.
it's just a great, positive place to work out.
And you get it all for about $1 a day.
Join the movement.
Everyone's got to move, right?
Discover fall in Coeur d'Alene. Experience the hidden treasure of autumn in our serene lakeside town. As the lively energy of summer subsides, the town embraces the tranquility of fall. Guests can unwind and find solace by the glistening lake. See for yourself why fall is Coeur d'Alene's best-kept secret. Book your fall foliage lake cruise overnight package now and make memories that will warm your heart for years to come.
Arby's is full of choices. You can get your favorite stuff, 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meat.
All right, take a look at this video of a car driving through a busy school playground in Minneapolis. You can see school staff trying to get the kids out of harm's way. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but police say a 10-year-old was behind the wheel. They say the boy stole the car and drove it onto school grounds. Investigators say this isn't even the first time he's been accused of stealing a car. According to police, he's been connected to 12 other cases, including vehicle robbery and assault. Wow. All right, next month, Michael Baumgartner and Carmela Conroy will face off in the race to represent Washington's 5th District in Congress.
Yes, the winner will replace Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers, who has occupied the seat since 2005. I sat down with the Congresswoman to talk about her nearly 2 decades in Congress and her plans for what comes next.
Well, it's been an amazing journey to be a farm kid from Kettle Falls, working alongside my parents and brother at Peachcrest Fruit Basket and Orchard, and then now to be serving in Congress representing the amazing people of Eastern Washington. It's been an honor of a lifetime.
What are some of the results that you've seen and are really proud of at the end of this career?
Right. Well, it's traveling the district, it's listening to people, and then going to work on Capitol Hill to get results. And legislation around the ABLE Act. That's one of the bills that I'm most proud of to have been a part of, achieving a better life experience for individuals with disabilities. It took us 7 years.
She emphasized her priority to protect the 4 lower Snake River dams.
They transform this region. They're very important to agriculture for flood control and navigation of product up and down the river. But they also provide low-cost, affordable, reliable electricity, and it's clean.
Representative McMorris Rodgers also co-chairs the Abraham Accords Caucus, a bipartisan effort to promote peace in the Middle East and ensure Israel's right to exist.
The Abraham Accords were the government to government, but we've been focusing on people to people as well as the economic. So if we can open up more economic opportunities in the Middle East, I believe that that's going to be part of the key to bringing peace.
With the vice presidential debate this week, McMorris Rodgers encouraged people to vote and said she's concerned about low voter turnout.
As a Republican, I believe in the principles of the Republican Party. I believe in freedom. I believe in a limited role for the federal government, more local control. I believe that we want a government that is accountable and responsive. I believe in free markets, free speech. And so the Republican Party is really about the ideas that were started way back with Abraham Lincoln as the first Republican president. But, you know, it's much larger than any one person. It's about the ideas and the principles. And that's what, you know, I believe we need to continue to fight for in our nation.
And do you believe the party still aligns with those values?
Yes, those have long defined the Republican Party, and they're going to continue to define the Republican Party.
She says Eastern Washington is home.
What's next for you? Will you be here
Yes, I'm looking forward to being able to spend more time here. The kids are in school here in Eastern Washington and in Spokane, and our home is here, and I'm looking forward to being able to be present more here and exploring what's next as far as what life is going to look like.
All right, well, more than $500,000 is being given to the Kalispel Tribe of Indians community to help it respond to and try to prevent sexual assault. The money is part of a grant from the Department of Justice. It will be used to hire a full-time sexual assault advocate, manage an emergency hotline, and develop resources for survivors.
We hit our high temperature of 64 early in the day. Then the cold front came through, and it has been dropping ever since. Around the region, a lot of 40s on the map. It's 50 right now in Spokane. I'll let you know if you're going to need to bundle up this weekend in your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Floor Trader Outlet.
Every fire season is more intense than the last, but Initiative 2117 will cut programs to prevent wildfires at a time we can't afford to. 2117 goes against everything we do. Vote no on 2117. It's a bad deal for Washington.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too. I am in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
Are you ready to stay for less and play for more? The Kootenai Casino has low room rates and our most exciting gaming yet. Book now to get your deluxe room at the Kootenai Falls Lodge for just $99 every midweek night in October. And join us for October Hot Spins, Weekend Super Spins, and catch the game Monday nights. Win big in October. Book your getaway at the Kootenai Casino today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
It's time for 4 News Now, Coats for Kids. Drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate Coats for Kids through October 31st.
Share the warmth and do good this winter. Buy a gently used coat for a child at Goodwill and donate in store. Or bring in a new or gently used coat. Every donated coat helps a child stay warm this winter. Together, let's change lives and keep lots of kids warm this winter.
For us, protecting the land means everything. It's our homestead and legacy. But Initiative 2117 puts our air and water at risk, and cuts to transportation funding will make it harder to move products. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
4 News Now and ABC World News Tonight.
Delivering reliable information in uncertain times.
Facing what divides us.
Celebrating what unites us.
What matters to you is our first priority.
That is our legacy of trust.
And our commitment to truth.
Now, more than ever, knowing where to turn for news is crucial.
Turn to ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And 4 News Now with Derek Dice and Kirsten O'Connor. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
All right, welcome back. We're experiencing impactful weather, including gusty winds, blowing dust, and fire danger.
Yeah, today is a weather alert day. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker.
Well, thankfully, at least 2 of those concerns are starting to subside. The blowing dust advisories have been canceled. We are looking at bright, clear skies in Spokane right now. Sun sets in a couple more minutes, 6:22. It's 50 degrees, still cloudy in Coeur d'Alene and 48, but the precipitation has stopped. We picked up 0.16 of an inch of rain at the airport today, and that rain made all the difference with the blowing dust and also helped with our fire danger, even though we are still battling that fire down on the Palouse. But this band of rain that moved through earlier today definitely helped with the blowing dust issue. It is still windy around the region, particularly down on the Palouse, where we have 38-mile-per-hour gusts, a 31-mile-per-hour gust right now in Spokane, 30-mile-per-hour gusts in Moses Lake. We will continue to see those 30-mile-per-hour gusts through 7, 8, 9 o'clock tonight, and then later closer to 25, and then finally we'll begin calming down after midnight, and we'll start the day off tomorrow with essentially light winds. May have a few clouds in the morning, but the skies will clear as the day goes on. We're going to hit a high tomorrow of 62, a little below average, and then our temperatures are going to jump. The cold front moves off and high pressure builds in for Saturday, even stronger for Sunday. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the 30s to right around 40 degrees. Colville, the exception, at 29. Saturday's highs will be in the 60s just about everywhere. Lewiston and the Tri-Cities getting into the 70s, but we'll have a lot more 70s on Sunday as our temperatures jump 10 degrees. Lots of sunshine all the way through at least the middle of next week, and then possibly some showers the end of next week. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you so much. As flu season gets underway, now is the time to get vaccinated, and that goes for your children, too.
Yeah, the CDC recommends that flu shots be given to kids as young as 6 months old.
Influenza, or flu as it's commonly known, causes many hospitalizations and sometimes even death. It can also lead to missed days at work and school. So it's important to get yourself and your loved ones immunized.
So there are different types of flu vaccines this year, including the standard injection in your arm, and there's also a nasal spray version recently approved by the FDA. The side effects are similar for both vaccines. They can include headache, fever, muscle aches, nausea, and fatigue. Doctors say they are generally mild and will go away in a couple of days. Besides getting vaccinated, doctors say you can prevent the spread of flu by washing your hands, sanitizing surfaces, and staying home when you're sick. Well, still ahead, damage in a small North Carolina town could have a massive impact on the tech industry.
We'll break down how it might lead to higher prices for cars, electronics, and more.
And still to come tonight, there's plenty going on at Terrain 15 here in downtown Spokane. It runs until midnight tonight. There's plenty of art to look at, plenty of live performances and interactive exhibits as well.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Advocates are a team of dedicated
personal injury lawyers who
are prepared to go to trial.
So getting the maximum recovery amount
is the reason we never back down.
So when you're injured,
call the Advocates.
Wow. It's like we finish
each other's sentences.
What's all this?
You said it was a recovery day. I got my yoga mat, foam roller, electrolytes, and protein bars. The whole setup.
Refrigerant recovery, Ben. We're recovering the refrigerant to fix the heat pump.
Oh, right. I knew that. Want a protein bar?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
Electrolyte?
Ben, take the robe off.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema. And they can show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them.
Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families,
forcing them onto private insurance that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
Because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits.
And neither can we.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Well, Terrain is celebrating its 15th anniversary with an art exhibit featuring over 800 pieces tonight.
The gallery is free and it runs until midnight in downtown Spokane. Derek Strom is live at the gallery, and you have been there all day, Derek. I know it just kicked off a little over an hour ago.
Kirsten, Derek, there's hundreds of people here at Terrain 15 right now, and this gallery features over 400 different artists, nearly 800 different pieces. There will also be live draw-offs and artist battles going on here tonight. Terrain's operations director says this year's event is also an opportunity to reflect on how much this event has grown.
We're super excited, really nostalgic about just the change and growth of the creative community in Spokane, so it's really exciting.
Terrain has organized an annual art gallery nearly every year since 2008, and in that time it's grown from bringing in a few hundred people to thousands. This year it's expecting around 7,000 people to attend, and the number of artists submitting their work has grown as well.
Just being a Spokaneite, it's like it started so small, it was like 30 artists, and now we're up to 427, and it's just incredible to see them continue to show up and the community continue to show up.
This year's event includes every kind of art you can imagine, from sculptures and pottery to literary readings and film screenings. Terrain also has a full lineup of bands performing and live draw-offs and art battles.
We have a theater, which an artist did an installation for. We have Literature Park, which has like live sod upstairs in the 3rd floor, swings. It really looks like you're in a park setting.
This event is all about supporting local art and artists, and although this event is free, there will be opportunities to buy the art from the gallery. Last year, Terrain raised over $1 million across all of its programs and art sales and artist payments.
It's a way to just, one, see the art. It's amazing. Anyone can come and see it. It's free to attend, so that's nice. But then it's also a way for us to support our local artists and keep them in Spokane.
Again, this event runs until midnight tonight. It's completely free. It's open to the public, family friendly as well. And this year's event hopes to showcase all of the art that the Inland Northwest has to offer. Live in downtown Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
So cool. Thank you, Derek. And if you want to take a trip back to the 16th century, you'll want to head to Colbert for the Spokane Renaissance Fair.
The festival returns to the area this Saturday and Sunday. The event is open to knights and dames of all ages and will include jousting, performances, and a brand new tavern where you can get mead and ciders. Spokane Entertainers Guild Chair Rachel Oscarson says the event is the perfect way for people to learn about the 1500s and have a lot of fun in the process.
We have entertainment and we have vendors that are amazing. This is a beautiful piece of land. The sunrise, the sunset, it smells like nature. It's just fantastic.
Again, the Renaissance Fair is happening this Saturday and Sunday in Colbert. For everything you need to know to attend, you can visit our website, KXLY.com.
That jousting looked intense. Well, tomorrow, the German-American Society is hosting their annual Oktoberfest at the Deutsch Haus in Spokane. Members from the society were setting up for this highly anticipated event today, which is also a fundraiser. So tomorrow from 4 until 11 p.m., this 127-year-old building will come alive with live polka music from the Oompas and Ma's. Guests will be able to eat a traditional German dinner with authentic imported German beer.
We're having fun, and we have good dinners, we have good beer, and we have a lot of fun to go along with it, so along with the history.
Along with the food, there will also be stein holding contests and chances to learn more about the German culture. And we have much more coming up here on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Including giving you a bird's eye view of one local mountain to help you get excited for the start of the ski and snowboard season that's quickly approaching in this week's Air 4 Adventure. And the Spokane Housing Authority says its rental assistance funds have run out. What the department says it's doing to make sure families don't end up on the street and ways you can help out. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
from the ages of 13 to 15. I experienced childhood sexual abuse, and the abuse ended when I became pregnant. I made the choice to end my pregnancy. In Congress, Dave Reichert voted to ban abortion nationwide. He voted against exceptions. Reichert said as governor, he would work to unravel protection for abortion access here, and I think that is cruel. If Reichert becomes governor, I believe women are in danger. He's wrong for Washington.
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Why pay more for the same weights at other gyms when you can save tons at Planet Fitness? Save $28 or more when you join today for just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness, strong choice.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
HCM is a serious heart condition affecting as many as 1 in 200 people. Like me.
And me. I was still short of breath on my beta blocker.
So I talked to my cardiologist.
And asked about treatment advances in HCM.
That talk made a real difference.
It gave me new hope.
Talk to your cardiologist today. Visit hcmrealtalk.com to learn more.
It's a 48-hour flash sale this Friday and Saturday at Walker's Furniture, where every item is marked down an additional 20% off already low prices. Or take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing with no money down.
Beautiful bedroom sets 20% off. All sofas, love seats, and sectionals 20% off. And all dining sets 20% off.
It's a flash sale you can't afford to miss this Friday and Saturday at Walker's.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We are continuing to track breaking news out of Latah County tonight. Fire crews battling a wildfire burning just outside of Moscow. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Level 3 or Get Out Now evacuation orders are in effect. Here's a look at the most up-to-date evacuation map. This includes anyone along Robinson Road on the north side down to Highway 8 to the south, and from Pinecrest Road on the west side to Larson and Brood Roads on the east side. All right, let's send it over to Chris Crocker, who's tracking weather conditions that, Chris, really aren't doing fire crews any favors today.
No, we've had some rain. That has been the good news, but the gusty winds continue. These are live wind gusts around that evacuation area. 17-mile-per-hour gusts, 18-mile-per-hour gusts in Moscow, and 16-mile-per-hour gusts in Troy right now. They are decreasing, so that is some good news. But right now, it is still an issue. Some of the stronger winds, though, over in Pullman, a 38-mile-per-hour gust at the airport there, 33-mile-per-hour gusts in Lewiston, and we still have gusty winds through Spokane all the way to Moses Lake and Wenatchee. Winds will continue to die down. Here are our forecast wind gusts by still 20 miles per hour at 10 o'clock. By 2 a.m., finally, we are looking at much lighter winds, and hopefully that will be just what those firefighters need to get that fire under control. A much calmer day for Saturday. Mostly sunny skies, 38 degrees to start with a high of 62. I'll be back with the second half of your weekend forecast in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, funding for the Housing Choice Vouchers program has been cut. These vouchers are offered through the Spokane Housing Authority and help place families in permanent housing and give them rental assistance.
Yeah, the program, which is federally funded, can no longer keep up with the rising housing and rental costs. Madeline Mullins has more on what programs are affected and how the community can help.
Spokane Regional Health District was just one of the 19 organizations that were affected by this decision.
It is definitely a scary situation.
Organizations were told Wednesday by the Spokane Housing Authority that the voucher program would stop immediately.
We had a client who was supposed to brief the day after we got that news, and they are no longer going to be able to get their voucher.
Emma Hughes is the CEO of Family Promise of Spokane. She says about 30% of the people there use this program.
Housing vouchers are a big part of how we help families get in and maintain their housing on their own.
Without this program, they are not sure what the next step is.
It's going to most likely create a pool of people experiencing homelessness that we can't then continue to move through back into housing of their own.
Hughes says that she does not want this to add to the hopelessness of the homelessness crisis.
I want to make sure we still have hope, even though this is really difficult.
Hughes says one of the biggest ways those in the community can help is by being educated.
I do think that it starts with getting curious, asking the kind of questions like, why is this such a big deal?
She also says donating time or money can always help.
But everybody has something to give, and I think then getting plugged into an organization that you feel is addressing this.
Clausen and Hughes say they don't know the future of the Housing Choice Voucher program, but in the meantime, they are finding ways to help the people in their organizations, and they encourage others in the community to do the same. In Spokane, Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
We have some video now. Crews battling the Valley Fire that's burning along Highway 21 in the Boise foothills. The fire even forced 2 schools to close for the day. One mom sharing photos just with our sister station, KIBI, just how close those flames were to her daughter's school.
My daughter took that from East Junior High. This was taken from the neighborhood where my mom lives. So it's like 4 houses away from her.
Well, the fires burned at least 5 square miles, and fire crews say the hilly terrain is making it difficult to contain. Around the nation, just over a week ago, Hurricane Helene slammed into Florida, destroying cities and towns along the Gulf Coast.
The storm then raged northward and inflicted widespread devastation across 6 states, killing more than 200 people. The devastation in North Carolina is also impacting an extremely important corner of the tech industry. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez explains.
We're beginning to see the storm's impact on the global supply chain, specifically how one town provides a key component for semiconductor chips, which powers everything from smartphones to medical devices. On the outskirts of Spruce Pine, North Carolina, a town of less than 2,200 people, are 2 mines that produce the world's purest quartz.
These mines in this little town are responsible for 80 to 90% of the crucibles that are used by the semiconductor manufacturing industry to make silicon chips.
Because of the destruction and damage from Hurricane Helene, it could take weeks for the mines to be operational again, let alone rebuilding communities devastated by the storm so specialized employees can return to work. David Bader says this could lead to disruptions in the supply chain.
This will have an impact in our chips, and it could substantially add the delays to the processes, and that means delays in consumer products that use these chips, and also driving the cost to consumers higher.
During the last global chip shortage in 2021, caused by the pandemic, car manufacturers were building nearly complete cars, but without the chips to power critical features, they couldn't be shipped. Although some chip manufacturers may have several weeks' supply of high-purity quartz in order to continue production, a longer shutdown paints a grim picture.
Any disruption, such as this event from Hurricane Helene is causing, may have profound impacts for potentially months to come.
We reached out to both companies that operate the mines, and they say most importantly, they're ensuring that their employees and their families are safe. There is no timeline for when operations will resume. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, it's Friday night, which means high school football games are happening all over the Inland Northwest.
There are some great matchups tonight, including this week's Game of the Week, Rogers versus West Valley. Sydney Berger is live at West Valley. We'll check in with her to hear more about the featured game next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
The Spokane Home Builders Association and Fred's Appliance are proud to present the 20th annual Fall Festival of Homes, featuring 16 gorgeous homes from 11 of Spokane's finest builders, like Grit and Timber, and Lennar.
Man, I can take real good care of you. See? Works perfectly for you, right?
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables.
This is Tony.
Things that I've tried have failed.
And this is Tony's Good Feet story.
Before my arch supports, I felt defeated. But since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain, which still is kind of crazy to me. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone. You've tried everything that's not working, give it a try.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
These are implant dentures, a new solution for tooth loss that is changing lives.
I have a phone full of selfies now. I think I look great.
It's so easy. Everything happened at the office.
Now I eat what I want. I'm confident in my smile.
It's a game changer.
If you want your smile back
at a price that works for you, you need to call them now.
Secure, affordable, and made to last. Implant dentures, now from Clear Choice, the #1 provider of fixed full-arch dental implants in the USA.
The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
Next DT, counting down to the AMA's 50th with an exclusive announcement from Shaka Khan.
I'm ready to retire.
Plus, one-on-one with Elton John talking his new gig.
It's going to be very exciting.
Next
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
Well, you voted for Rogers versus West Valley for this week's high school football game of the week. The Pirates and Eagles earned 56% of the votes.
Our Sydney Berger is live at West Valley now with why this game was a favorite to win.
Well, if this looks a little familiar, that's because it is. West Valley was a part of last week's Game of the Week matchup, and now for the second week in a row, I'm standing in the same place. But something else that hasn't changed from last week, the West Valley Eagles are still undefeated. And out of all of the Game of the Week candidates, this week they're the only school with a 4-0 record, so they've got a lot to prove tonight. Last week, West Valley beat the Pullman Greyhounds with a convincing score of 39-10. But if you're going to be paying attention to the game tonight, it's also time to pay attention to West Valley running back Austin Clark. You'll hear his name come up in almost every Friday night Sports Extra highlight show, and rightfully so. He's a huge playmaker for the West Valley Eagles and someone to be watching tonight. For the Rogers Pirates, they're 2-2, but coming off of a huge win against North Central last week, they were able to hold the Wolfpack scoreless. So this has been shaping up to be quite the game of the week. And while high school football is happening all around the Inland Northwest, most of our local college teams have the week off. Washington State and Eastern Washington both have byes this week after suffering some heartbreaking losses last week. They're going to regroup and recover this week. But if you need your college football fix, you can head on over to the Kibbe Dome. The Idaho Vandals are playing at home for just their second time this season in their homecoming game against Northern Arizona. They're hoping a game at home can help bounce back from last week's loss.
Excited to get to play again this week. Disappointing loss on Saturday that I think there's a lot that we can learn from as a team, a lot I can learn from, because I certainly, I think, can coach better than I did on Saturday. But we have another great opportunity. Very excited to get back in front of the home fans this week and play in front of a great crowd at the Kibbe Dome and play a really outstanding team.
Empty backfield. Here comes Cumming. They fake the jet sweep. Josephic rolls out right side. He's under pressure.
Final seconds last weekend, but they're ready to get back in the win column. Idaho kicks off against the number 24 ranked Northern Arizona team at 2 o'clock in the Kibbe Dome. The Washington State men's basketball team announced that they are moving their first conference home game from Pullman to the Spokane Arena. The game is slated for December 30th. It's in the middle of Washington State's winter break when campus is closed and students and faculty are at home. So head coach David Riley says this is a great opportunity for the Cougs to come to Spokane and get some more exposure. The game is against Loyola Marymount, the first conference home game for the Cougars since the basketball program is aligning with the West Coast Conference this season. Honestly, guys, this is music to my ears as the self-proclaimed California driver. If I don't have to drive 90 minutes in the snow for Washington State's first home game, I will take a game at the Spokane Arena all day long. Stick around tonight for 4 News Now Nightside and Friday Night Sports Extra to see the West Valley Eagles take on the Rogers Pirates, along with all the other games around the Inland Northwest tonight. Live in Spokane Valley, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
Sydney, thank you. Tomorrow, former President Donald Trump will head back to Butler, Pennsylvania, the scene of the first attempt on his life this year. It's expected to be a powerful moment in the final weeks of the presidential race. CNN's Julia Benbrook has more.
Former President Donald Trump will hold a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania this weekend, just a few months after an attempt on his life took place there.
I said that day when I was shot, I said, we're coming back. We're going to come back. And I'm fulfilling a promise. I'm fulfilling really an obligation.
Trump was minutes into a speech at his July 13th rally when a gunman fired 8 shots at the stage, one grazing the former president's ear. The Secret Service killed the shooter moments after he opened fire. The shooting led to the resignation of the Secret Service director at the time. Bipartisan outrage on Capitol Hill led to increased scrutiny of the agency and prompted Congress to pass a bill bolstering protection for major presidential and vice presidential candidates.
They just approved more money for the Secret Service, and it was unanimous. It's the first unanimous vote I can remember in Congress. The Democrats voted for it, too. So they want to see safety. Everybody wants to see safety.
During his return to Butler, the campaign says Trump will honor firefighter Corey Comparator, the 50-year-old father shot and killed during the attempted assassination. Some of his family plans to be there.
I know that that's where the trauma happened for my family. I'm not nervous about going. It's strange. I'm not nervous about going.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hot tub, hot tub, hot tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory. Today through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2024 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema. And they can show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Tomorrow, Cal Cars is kicking off the month with a 72-hour sale at both Cal locations, where they are marking down over 72 trucks, cars, and SUVs to sell fast, plus delaying all payments until next year. And $0 down is all you need. This is your chance to save thousands and trade your old vehicle in for something better, with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. But it's only today through this Sunday at Cal.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On-Site. 4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Well, it's not Wildlife Wednesday, but we wanted to bring back this moose. Yeah, poor little guy was stuck under a pool cover in Bedford, New Hampshire. Yeah, he needed some police officers to come help him out, and he did get out. Just turned right around, steps out of the pool. See you later. That's a big moose.
He didn't even shake off, too.
No. Like a dog.
Had some wonky
Yeah. I noticed that when I watched that.
A little too much chlorine. I don't know.
Something going on there.
Well established now, too, the moose is your favorite animal.
It is my favorite animal, yes. And boy, this day is turning out to be, got a couple of fires we're watching, but turned out to be so much calmer and less destructive than it could have been. So breathing a sigh of relief. And now we are heading into a chilly evening. A live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. It's going to be icy for the Chiefs and for people leaving the arena this evening, with the breeze and temperatures dropping into the 40s. Right now it's 50 degrees in Spokane, with winds out of the southwest at 22 miles per hour. 30-mile-per-hour gusts possible for the next couple of hours. This is the last of our wind advisories left, just for part of Idaho and Clearwater County there. All of the blowing dust and fire weather warnings have been dropped, and there's still a wind advisory in effect also for parts of western Montana. But all in all, things are beginning to slow down. 64 our high today, 65 is our average high. Sunset was at 6:22. Now that front that blew through not only dropped our temperatures today, it's going to be a cool day on Saturday, but then look what happens. First of all, I want to point out our average high. This line is becoming more and more perpendicular because October is our month of greatest change in regards to our average high, but we are going to be nowhere near average for the next several days, up in the 70s for a good stretch of that time. And this is our extended forecast, October 12th through the 18th. I'm not sure if you could tell, but Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, we're in this second to the darkest color on the warm scale, so a very strong signal of above average temperatures for October 12th through the 18th. And Octobers are fairly dry around here anyway, but still drier than average conditions. Not necessarily the best news. It was so great to get that rain today. 1/1600ths of an inch, more than the entire month of September, more than the entire month of July combined, actually. September and July combined. We did get a nice little bit of rain in August, but it was still below average. And you can see how far below average we are year to date. And the fire season isn't over yet, as we know. There is that band of rain that came along with the cold front that helped put the damper on our blowing dust. Overnight lows tonight will be in the 30s to right around 40 degrees in most locations. 60s for tomorrow, a hair below average, but really not that far below average. We'll be in the 50s in Spirit Lake, but otherwise 60s throughout the Spokane area, including 64 in Meade, in downtown Spokane, as well as Spokane Valley. And then come the 70s, and with those 70s, a lot of sunshine. Beautiful weekend. A little something if you like it crisp, or if you like it warm, take your pick.
All right, not too shabby at all. It is finally starting to feel like fall, and anticipation is building for the start of ski and snowboarding season.
To get pumped in this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're giving you a bird's eye view of the slopes near the Idaho-Montana border. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over Lookout Pass.
Lookout Pass here today, and we're enjoying an awesome day, and conditions are just sweet. Lookout's a very family-friendly area. We've been operating, we're the oldest ski area in Idaho since 1935, and we've been operating continuously ever since. It's just been nice, easy terrain, a nice mix of terrain, but what's really exciting is what we have coming on in the future with the expansion of the back bowl. high-quality snow, averaging over 400 inches a year. The past 2 years, we've had 462 and 502 inches. We do not have any snowmaking, but I will say that we've been blessed by Mother Nature and Old Man Winter because it falls from the heavens. We have terrain that's challenged for both skiers and snowboarders. We have some terrain parks that are nice and fun. We've got one of the longest natural half pipes on the mountain. It's an old drainage from a mine at the top. It's called Rolling Thunder. A lot of our senior skiers really like this easy transition from the parking lot. They can literally walk on a flat surface, no steps, no stairs, right to the lift, start skiing. Kind of going up the chairlift line, just a little off to the left side of the chairlift line is known as the Idaho face, and the other side is known as the Montana face because that's the dividing line between the two states. Everything on the mountain's open, so that you got to get here and have fun.
So beautiful. Definitely gets you excited. Before we go to break, here's the look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Who isn't looking for extra ways to save some money these days, right? I'm always looking for new ways to save, but I haven't found anything better than my Ascend checking account. It's a free account that offers 3.5% of your average monthly balance. That could feed your coffee obsession for 2 weeks. Not only am I earning money, but it also has all the best features of a checking account. What's not to love?
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
Members of the Associated Builders and Contractors invite you to our free community event, Trades Night, October 9th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., hosted at Shadle Park High School. Have a night of fun and hands-on learning with power tools, welding, and heavy machinery. Speak with the industry professionals that can set you on the path for success in these in-demand jobs. Scan the QR code for more information.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
Donnie, some injury attorneys talk big about handling truck cases. What does that mean?
Well, you watch the ads just like I do. They say they're tough. They take on big truck cases.
It doesn't just take tough to win a big truck case. It takes experience, knowledge, lawyers who know how to hold the trucking company accountable, a law firm with the courage to go to trial.
That's us, the advocates.
Yep, it takes us. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
All right, coming up tonight at 11, you know what it is. It's the Friday Night Sports Extra. Right now, we have cameras all over the area gathering highlights from all the big high school football games. So tune in at 11 to see our picks for the plays of the week.
And here's a look at your weekend forecast. Sunny and 62 Saturday. That's a little crisp, but then we're heading up to a high of 72 on Sunday. All that sunshine, though, and lighter winds, it's going to make a difference.
Sure hope so.
I think so. It is. Yeah, we've got high necks on.
We're ready for it. We just need our big scarves.
Right.
Yes. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, we'll see you tonight for the Friday Night Sports Extra.
Live stream KXLY Plus on